We welcome you to the shores of Daytona Beach, Florida for Stock Car's biggest race, the Daytona 500. As Daytona Beach, Florida has provided us with some of the best memories over the years, from when they were down there at the beach, racing on the sand, getting their tires dirty, real racing, stuff like that back in the day. And then obviously they migrated over here to this 2.5-mile super speedway that has provided even more intensity and more chaos and mayhem than Bill France had ever imagined. We have seen such great finishes like Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison fighting into turn 3 down the backstretch, and then we saw a huge fight ensue, and it helped gain NASCAR its big popularity boom that it desperately wanted. And then after that, we had Dale Earnhardt, 20 years of trying, finally wins the Daytona 500 in 1998. We've also seen some rough times at this speedway, but it's mostly been a thrill to get the Harley J. Earl Trophy. And today we have 40 of the best stock car drivers lined up here on the grid, ready to add their name to the famous trophy here for 12 laps. As let's look at some of the contenders. Alex Bowman taking over for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He got the pole position. He is hoping to put the 88 where it was last year in victory lane. And then we have Chase Elliott still looking for his first career win. He starts second after having a great qualifying lap. He's hoping to get it done. Joey Logano, he won the 2016 NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series Daytona 500. He rolls off from the 7th position. He's looking for a good day. We have defending NASCAR Irwin Tools Cup Series season champion Jimmie Johnson. He rolls off 17th. He's got a way to go, but that 48 with a new black paint scheme, hoping to get the front. And then we have Martin Truex Jr. as he starts mid-pack. He is hoping to finally get that trophy and add more to his booming career so far. As you can see, the cars are lined up as we are going to send you down for pre-race ceremonies and our national anthem. So the cars are lined up on the grid and the engines are fired, and we are getting ready to roll off in the 2018 running of the Daytona 500. So with that said, let's look at your Mountain Dew Baja Blast starting lineup, as Mountain Dew Baja Blast, the official drink of summer. Rolling off first is Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott, Hendrick Motorsports teammates, and the new Chevrolet Camaro makes its debut. Kyle Busch and Jamie McMurray, neither have won the Irwin Tools Daytona 500, looking to add today. Two Penske Powers, Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney, they did really well in the dual races, looking to do great today. Joey Logano rounds out that Penske stable, and Kevin Harvick here in Fords looking to build on it in his second season with them. And then we have Paul Menard, new ride for him, looking to do well, along with Clint Bowyer, Trevor Bayne here in the 6th Advocare. Kurt Busch, he flipped last time in the Daytona 500, looking to better that, maybe going to victory lane. Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, 2 winners of the Daytona 500. And then we have Erik Jones, and then we also have Ryan Newman alongside him. Jimmie Johnson, the defending champ, and Danica Patrick in a one-off start for Premium Motorsports, her last NASCAR start. And then we have Aj Allmendinger alongside, and Martin Truex Jr. would love to get that Daytona 500 crossed off. Ryan Reed in a one-off for Roush Fenway Racing, and then we also have Michael McDowell alongside. Big underdog pick, he could be a threat. As well as Chris Buescher and Brendan Gaughan alongside. And then we have David Reiki, great plate racer, and Ty Dillon. He is starting alongside him. And then we have 2 underdogs in this row. We have Ray Golding and Cole Witt as they line up against them. And then we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr., aggressive plate racer. Can he make the moves to win today alongside David Gilliland? Matt DiBenedetto and Bubba Wallace making his debut in the Daytona 500. Eric Almirola and Casey Kane both in new rides, hoping to stun this season. William Byron taking over the 24 Brilliant Flames. This kid's got the hype. Let's see what he can do. Daniel Suarez, and then obviously we have Landon Castle alongside. And rounding it out, we have Kyle Larson, phenomenal season last year, and Carl Long rounds out the field. And now it's time for your KFC honorary starter, as today's honorary starter for the Daytona 500 is Lego Legit Halo, as we are ready to send these drivers on a 12-lap journey. Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott, the 2 new Chevrolet Camaros, lead off the dual winners. Kyle Busch and Jamie McMurray as they enter the Energizer restart zone. The green flag is waving here in the beaches of Daytona, and we are racing. Jamie McMurray out to dry as Chase Elliott in front of Ryan Blaney. Both Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott want to lead this first lap, and they are side by side heading into turn 3. As Chase Elliott, we know his legacy of failure in this series. Who gets to lead lap 1? It looks like Alex Bowman will lead his first career lap. Lap 2 out of 12. Everyone is fighting hard up front, as after every 3 laps, we will give away some stage points, and that's going to be pivotal for this championship as Alex Bowman's left out to dry. Kyle Busch makes the move to the inside, and Alex Bowman out to dry in the middle. He will lose tons of spots back here in the pack as we head down into turn 3. Chase Elliott trying to sail off the high side. He clears Kyle Busch down to the bottom. Chase Elliott assumes the lead, and he is going to lead lap 2 as the field flies by. Ryan Blaney on the high side. Lap 3 out of 12 as points will be awarded after this lap. Chase Elliott up to block Ryan Blaney. Kurt Busch trying to make it 3 wide. He comes down to block Kyle Busch. As Blaney looks to position himself on the backstretch in front of Kurt Busch, they have a run. Coming down the backstretch, Blaney trying to make a move. Whoa, Blaney trying to make it up on the outside. He clears him. Whoa, no. Trouble, Kyle Busch. He saved it. Oh my gosh, and they crash behind him. Jimmie Johnson and Allmendinger are up in the wall, and Ryan Blaney takes the segment victory. Oh my goodness, Jimmie Johnson, Aj Allmendinger, Chris Buescher, Stenhouse, and Ryan Reed hard into the wall here on lap 3. They were fighting hard to get the segment points, and that will mean the end of their Daytona 500s. After only 3 laps, which watches Blaney look this just too aggressive in the early going. Kyle Busch got a little bit nudged by Keselowski because the line slowed up. Allmendinger, I guess, he tried to avoid him, clips that yellow line, and hard impact for Jimmie Johnson. The defending champ just got clipped by Aj Allmendinger, and you can see Chris Buescher nowhere to go to avoid his teammate. And Stenhouse, remember how we talked about he was aggressive? Well, he's not going to get to show that today. Taken out in this early crash, as well as teammate Ryan Reed in a one-off. So that sucks for them. You can see the safety crew and the workers are here, and the window net is down to signal everyone is okay. Aj Allmendinger, tough luck for him. And then Jimmie Johnson obviously didn't want to start his title defense this way, crashing in his new paint scheme. Chris Buescher, I mean, he could have really upset this field today, just wrong place, wrong time. Ricky Stenhouse, he was going to be really aggressive today, try to get that win, just couldn't get up there in time. And Ryan Reed in his one-off with the 16, or actually he will be back at Talladega, so we're going to see how he does there, as those 5 are in the wall. And we're on pit road now. Kyle Busch, man, that was such a great save. However, he is going to pit for 4 tires and will go a lap down to the leaders. So Kyle Busch, he is going to stay in the race. So there he is. He will start 35th, 1 lap down. That's going to be an uphill battle. He has to get the lucky dog at one point. But hey, I mean, he saved the car. He's lucky just to still be here. And so now we're going to restart lap 5 out of 12. We took out a caution lap, so we're going to have a 2-lap segment here as they enter the Energizer restart zone. Ryan Blaney leads the field here in Daytona. Ryan Blaney looking to get his second career NASCAR IRWIN Tools Cup Series victory after he won in Atlanta last year. And Ryan Blaney in the yellow Menards car wants to take the lead from Kurt Busch. But Busch gets the push on the outside and takes the lead. Austin Dillon gives Kurt Busch the lead. And Kurt Busch, remember the last time we were here, he was flipping as they crossed the line. He would love to change that outcome today and get the Harley J. Earl Trophy. Kurt Busch coming out of turn 4 on the inside. Now Austin Dillon and Blaney make contact, and Kurt Busch comes up to pick up Austin Dillon. And look at Danica Patrick back in the pack, having a nice outing in the top 10 so far in her final race. Austin Dillon now trying to take the lead from Kurt Busch. He looks down, trying to make a move. Contact made. Kurt Busch spins down the racetrack. And Austin Dillon is now going to try to clear Ryan Blaney for the stage. Getting a big push from Newman on the outside. Tries to clear Blaney. Contact made. Austin Dillon slamming into the wall with Chase Elliott flipping hard down the racetrack. Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., and others are collected in this crash. Ryan Blaney takes segment 2. And that's going to get him some valuable points. But for a lot of drivers like Dillon, Newman, Logano, Truex, Chase Elliott took a nasty ride here in turn 3. And then we have Clint Bowyer, Trevor Bayne. Oh, Danica Patrick in her final start. Oh, no. And Michael McDowell, all taken out in this crash. Austin Dillon tried to make a move, and Kurt Busch blocked, and Austin Dillon got into him. He spun down the racetrack, and that ended all his hopes of winning. But that could have been the best thing that happened to him, because let's see, Austin Dillon blocks Blaney here up the track. Newman, Logano have nowhere to go. Danica Patrick clips Clint Bowyer, and it was just on from there. And Chase Elliott, you can see he goes sliding. Keselowski gets into him, and the air just picks up, and he just starts flipping. You know, these cars here in the NASCAR IRWIN Tools Cup Series, very air sensitive, and Chase Elliott easily went flipping there. And that was just look at that Truex. Ooh, hard hit for him. Man, he almost had that cleared and would have gotten 5th in the segment, but just got clipped at the last second. Austin Dillon, his over-aggressiveness got him in this crash, and his day will end early. Ryan Newman as well. He's actually running up front at a plate track. And what do you know? He gets wrecked. Chase Elliott, man, he is okay after that nasty flip, and that is good to hear. Joey Logano, as he will not be the first one to win 2 NITCS Daytona 500s. Martin Truex Jr., I mean, he could never really get up there, and when he did, he got wrecked. Clint Bowyer is this going to go back to 2016 when he had bad luck? Let's hope not. Trevor Bayne in the Advocare Ford, tough luck for him as Kenseth might come out of retirement. Danica Patrick in her final start ends where it was the entire time, going to the garage, and Michael McDowell, he could have been an underdog, but we'll never know. So Kurt Busch, after that, he's on pit road. He will get 4 fresh tires, but will go a lap down, which is unfortunate for him. But this will benefit his younger brother, Kyle Busch, as he gets the Aaron's lucky dog, and he will be back on the lead lap, scored in the 25th position. We'll see what he can do with it. And so now we're going to restart here, lap 8 out of 12. You could see Ryan Blaney and Keselowski, the Penske cars, and the affiliate and Paul Menard. Could we see some strategy to get Ryan Blaney up to the top? The green flag is waving, and yes, indeed, Blaney comes up to pick up Keselowski. Ryan Blaney takes the lead in the Daytona 500 with 2 laps to go remaining in the segment as they are leading that outside charge. How about Erik Jones? He's moving up with that high line. Could he be a factor? Alex Bowman and William Byron, as we have some new contenders coming up here in the mix. Could they be a factor to win this Daytona 500? As that outside's coming now, and Ryan Blaney, Keselowski, Menard ducked down in front of Hamlin as that line was starting to get momentum, and they're going to duck down in front. The Penske cars lead us with 1 lap to go. Does anyone attempt to make a charge? As they are flying by, Blaney continues to lead, and DJ Kennington spins. Wow, what a bizarre turn of events here. I just saw DJ go spinning. I don't know how he got down there or what, but it just seemed like I just looked up, he was in the grass, and Ryan Blaney, that's going to end the segment. He gets segment 3. And let's watch this again. So I see Kennington spinning. Oh, Kyle Busch. So Kyle Busch, it looks like he just clips him. I don't know if Kennington cut down or if Kyle Busch was getting overly aggressive, but DJ Kennington goes down, spins down the racetrack. He is on pit road and he will go a lap down, but ironically, this helps Kurt Busch. He will now be on the lead lap. So that's a relief for him. So we enter now the final segment of this race with Ryan Blaney, Keselowski, and Menard. Do they continue to work together, or do they try to win this Daytona 500 with 3 laps? We have Denny Hamlin. He would love to get a Daytona 500. He's had such rough luck going as they enter the Energizer restart zone for possibly the final time. 3 laps to go on the Daytona 500. Oh, they're not going to work together as Ryan Blaney, he is strong on that inside. And now Erik Jones and Alex Bowman. Keselowski's out to dry. He's going to lose a ton of spots. And now Denny Hamlin has had enough with Paul Menard down on the inside. And Erik Jones with an insane run down the backstretch. Erik Jones, the young driver of the 20 car, taking over from Matt Kenseth, takes the lead in the Daytona 500. How could you not be happy for that? Denny Hamlin now in second along with Aric Almirola. And now Blaney settles in 3rd spot. Can he get back up there? 2 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Erik Jones blocks Denny Hamlin's momentum on the outside as he's trying to now look on the inside, but Erik Jones fends him off as they head down into turn 2. Erik Jones 3 wide now with Bubba Wallace and Paul Menard, and Daniel Suarez trying to make a run on William Byron, and he does. William Byron's going to lose a ton of spots as he goes down the middle. And now Alex Bowman and his teammates going to try to pick him up, and they're going to try to make a run together. Erik Jones, Hamlin now to the outside, and Daniel Suarez in 3rd. Joe Gibbs has taken control of this race, and it's going to be hard for anyone outside of them to try to get this win. Almirola, though, up to the outside. Hamlin up to block. 1 lap to go in Daytona. Can Erik Jones start off the youth movement with a bang? But Hamlin goes to the inside. And now Almirola trying to look, and Blaney and Harvick with a push. Erik Jones keeps it in as Almirola left out to dry. Denny Hamlin and Erik Jones are side by side with Daniel Suarez pushing, as well as Ryan Blaney. Now Suarez, he makes the move, and Hamlin is left out to dry. Jones and Suarez side by side, they make contact, and Blaney's going to see if he can make his move. Jones side drafts, and whoa, no, into the wall goes Erik Jones. Big crash behind them. Cars spinning down the track. Coming out of turn 4 from the 37th starting position, Daniel Suarez, first career win, and it's the Daytona 500. Are you kidding me? Daniel Suarez from Monterrey, Mexico, wins the Harley J. Earl Trophy. And wow, guys, if you wanted to see the youth movement in action, the youth movement is off to a bang in this race. Erik Jones and Ryan Blaney fighting hard for the win. Not enough for them. And we could see a lot of other drivers. Paul Menard, Alex Bowman, Ty Dillon, Kyle Larson, Aric Almirola all crashed here on the final lap, including Kevin Harvick. Let's watch this amazing finish. So you can see Erik Jones tries to side draft Daniel Suarez to take the lead. The 2 Gibbs guys fighting. Now Jones, yes, here he tries to get the side draft, and oh, he just gets loose. I think it's similar to Dale Jr. back in 2016 when he tried to get the side draft and ended up spinning out. That's kind of what happened here with Erik Jones. And you can tell with the Daytona 500 on the line, Erik Jones was going to go as aggressive as he could to try to get that win, which is part of his driving style. He's a really aggressive driver, but if he does it right, he can win, and I think he'll win a lot more races in the future. But this was an unfortunate mistake, and it sadly meant that he lost, but instead his teammate Daniel Suarez gets the win here in Daytona. And for Arison Toyota, he does his burnout. as Joe Gibbs Racing, one of their young drivers, gets a win, and it's Daniel Suarez. So congrats to the number 19 of Andrew Meza for winning the Daytona 500 here in 2018. Let's look at your unofficial results for the Daytona 500. Daniel Suarez in first. Casey Kane in second. He gets the best of his old team at Hendrick Motorsports, as none of them even got a top 20. And meanwhile, Kyle Busch and Hamlin, Joe Gibbs, 3 out of the first 4 spots. Bubba Wallace in 5th. Great for him. And Kurt Busch in 6th. But look at some of the underdogs. David Gilliland, David Reagan, and Carl Long round out the top 10. How about that? Ray Golding in 11th, Cole Witt in 12th, Brendan Gaughan 13th, Landon Castle 14th. A great day for some underfunded teams trying to make it here as they avoided the big crashes. And then we have Keselowski, Eric Jones, Matt DiBenedetto as well. I forgot to mention him. He was almost going to get a second place finish, got clipped at the last minute. Heartbreaker for him, still gets a top 20. And then Blaney, the dominator in this race. Sucks that he got 18th, but he got a lot of segment points today, a lot. Now we have Paul Menard in 21st, and you can see Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, William Byron, not the necessarily great debut for the Chevrolet Camaros, but one of them got second, but it wasn't the one they were expecting. Down here we have Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, RCR, Chase Elliott after that nasty flip in 29th, and Joey Logano finishes 30th as he was hoping that he would make it all the way to the end today. Clint Bowyer in 31st. Danica Patrick in her final NASCAR race gets 32nd on the scoring board. And then we have Martin Truex Jr. 33rd, Michael McDowell, Trevor Bayne, Jimmie Johnson in 37th. Heartbreak for him. He only gets 1 point, and this is going to really hurt him in the standings because of obviously the 3 segments today. Jimmie Johnson, got 1 point the entire day, as well as Ricky Stenhouse and Chris Buescher and Aj Allmendinger. They got 1 point. As you see your point standings here, Blaney got 49, and he got 30 of those, 30 points from winning the segment. So big day for him. Hamlin in second, then Keselowski, Kurt Busch, and you can see Daniel Suarez in 5th. He only gets 5th for winning today. And you can see Kane, Kyle Busch, Jones, David Reagan, and Kurt Busch. And here's your second page. This will change a lot because we have the 92, the 66 that only ran this race. So the point standings will shake up next weekend, but still great day for them, but we know it's going to change. So anyways, after a phenomenal Daytona 500, a great way to kick off this season, Race 2 is heading to Atlanta. It will probably be uploaded around July 4th weekend, or maybe July 4th. We'll have to see about that, as it was a very stunning race here in the Daytona 500. A great first impression on this young 18-race season. And how about Daniel Suarez? Started 37, and he drove all the way through the field, past everyone in front of him, and he got the win for Eris, Toyota, and Joe Gibbs Racing as Daniel Suarez replaced Carl Edwards back in 2017. We didn't know if he would be this great, this caliber of a driver, but already in his sophomore season, he kicks it off with a bang. So from, now the nighttime here in Daytona, as it went from day to night in this long race. Congrats to Daniel Suarez, your 2018 Daytona 500 champion.